Is Schnebly Hill Road near Sedona the worst road in America? Hello and welcome. Today I'll take you along on an adventure that leads me to Sedona in Arizona. For one, I will be camping up high on the Mogollon Rim with million-dollar views down on Sedona that most tourists will never get to. And then I will take you down Schnebly Hill Road into Sedona, and you will find out why I think Schnebly Hill Road might be the worst road in America. All right, let's go along. If you have never been to Sedona, you probably have seen quite a few of the famous rock formations. And in today's video, I'm going to one of those, I want to say, magic locations or magical locations outside of Sedona with a million-dollar view down into the canyon, down onto Sedona. And well, it takes this extremely bumpy trail to get there. The trail is not challenging from a obstacle perspective, but gotta check the line. It looks worse from the inside, the truck, that I have to say. Once I'm out here and I see the rocks, it's definitely not as bad. So easy to do, go a little bit to the right, go over across this one here, and then good. So from a ground clearance perspective, I haven't had any issues at all. So really fun. Hoping to make it to camp very soon. Looking at this sequence here, you can really see how bumpy the trail is. It was really extremely slow moving from the main dirt road up this trail. It's a little bit over 1.2 miles to the campsite where I wanted to get to. And it took me a long time. This was not a fast moving trail. The trail looked harmless in some sections, and where you thought it's like, okay, this is not too bad, the next moment, just like seen here, the truck is violently shaking left and right. It was in a certain way fun, but it wasn't. All right, this is not camp, but I'm just parking the truck. But the views here, holy moly, I made it. Look at this. Look at this view. And I'm standing right here. The views were indeed spectacular. You can see here down at the bottom the trail on the lower left, that's a Schnebly Hill Road, and you can look straight forward into Sedona. You see the light in the distance. These are the famous Sedona views in the canyons. What a fantastic campsite. I was literally parked right next to the edge of this canyon, much more than I had ever expected. Good morning. It's a cold, windy morning here outside of Sedona, but the views are just coming in non-stop. Last night was beautiful when the sun went down and I saw the lights of Sedona in the distance. Just amazingly beautiful. And now the sun is coming up over the hill. Look at these colors. It is freezing cold. It's like 28 degrees. And with the wind, I'm pretty sure it feels more like 20. But man, these views. So down there at the bottom, you see a trail that leads all the way down into Sedona. Yeah, up here on the rim, there are several campsites. Some nicer than others. This one is pretty cool. I like this tree here. You can really tell it gets cold here in winter and how the tree looks like. But then the same stunning views that I have from my campsite. So beautiful. Walking with Shelby here, she's in her cute little jacket. The wind is cold, so I'm pretty sure she appreciates it. At least that's what I'm trying to tell myself. But I think she does. So I took her jacket off. It feels warm without the wind, and I think she has enough fur to be comfortable. We'll put the jacket on later on tonight when it gets cold. But she wore it the entire afternoon yesterday, and she seemed very comfortable, so I'm glad I have the jacket for her. So I'm walking most of this trail. There's nothing earth-shattering here, so I think the biggest challenges, as in the trail description, already passed me. But it's beautiful up here. I mean, I think we're 1,000 feet above Sedona, maybe a little more. Very beautiful. Almost tripped. I need to pay attention. It is afternoon. It was a very windy, cold, windy day. The wind really, I would say, brought the temperatures down into the mid-20s. That's how cold it felt. The winds have died down. It's still a light breeze, but it's nice. But of course, it's almost 5 o'clock now. You can tell by the sunlight that we're heading towards sunset. And we're heading up the trail again to where the other people camped this morning and then left. And we'll enjoy the sunset from over there before walking back. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful place here. The sunset was indeed stunning, and the views, million dollar views. You cannot say it any other way. What a magical place up there. I have to say, I mean, I'm talking about this one campsite here and the view down at Sedona, but being able to work remotely and go into these places, I never imagined it being like this, like that beautiful and rugged and everything here since I started a week ago. So I mean, I know compared to all the full-timers, yes, I still have a home base. I still go home every 3 weeks roughly and see my son, but that's not the point. I'm easing into the lifestyle. But being able to take my afternoon walks with Shelby in a beautiful scenery like this really fills me with joy and lets me forget about a lot of things that happened in life or happened this year, whatever it is. So very calming, very relaxing, kind of resetting as well. So it is time to leave this beautiful campsite. Shelby's already in the truck. I'm all packed up. I need to enjoy the view one more time. So this is where I'm parked. I'm literally at the edge of the canyon. And I'm heading down towards this trail here and then follow the zigzag lines, the trail all the way into Sedona. And then we'll take it from there. So that's the plan for this afternoon. The weather is beautiful. It's warm actually. Unlike the other few days. I mean, it has warmed up over the last few days, but today is really warm. It feels like over 60. And so I think it's a good time for a drive. So let's get going and I'll see you on the road. So this will be a very shaky trip out. This part of the trail actually looks very good. The worst part is behind me when I got here, but it's still quite rocky on the way out. So it will be interesting. Okay, I got it. I forgot something. I always forget something. Yeah, when I hooked up the GoPro up here, I put the rubber lip off to protect the suction cup. So now we have this. Now I know we have everything. All right, let's get going. I followed the bumpy trail to the top of the rim, and then the trail later on became suddenly a little better, more flat, more even, not as bouncy, and it was easier to travel, but it shouldn't last for a very long time. Plus, there were different obstacles coming my way that I had not anticipated. One of the reasons why I wanted a Rossmonster Baja is that the roof comes down. I'm not as tall as a regular truck camper, and here you can see, so I'm barely squeezing through. The leaves are touching the camper roof. Not a big deal. Here on this side, I'm navigating to larger branches. Let me go in the back. The sun is going into the camera. But here you can see I will be able to squeeze by just fine. Probably a little more work to do up front, but this looks all good. That's why I wanted a Baja. Now we are on Schnebly Hill, heading down into Sedona. I know the first section of this trail is really bad, but we're now heading down into Sedona. Here you can already see how rocky this trail is, or Schnebly Hill Road. It's technically a road. And yeah, it did not get better over time. From the top of the rim, when I looked down on the trail, it looked like a regular sand or dirt trail, not as rocky as what you see here. And well, that was misleading. It was still very rocky all the way through. Yeah, this road is not pretty. And then here, I mean, the view is pretty, but it goes pretty steep up, it's pretty steep down. So hopefully, I think over there it looks better. So hopefully after this turn over here, that things improve. But man, this is a rocky road. So I'm coming down the worst road possible. I mean, this is just like shaking left and right. It's horrible. I hate it. I mean, you hear me laughing, so but I really have to laugh now. Look at this traffic sign. I mean, you cannot drive here fast. I'm going like 1 to 2 miles, maybe 3 miles per hour. But now this warning sign that there will be like sharp turns and all that crap. It's like, what the heck? That is not needed. Nobody goes fast here. I'm slowly working my way down into the canyon towards Sedona. I probably have another 4 miles to go. 3.5 or something like this. At least the views make up for the bumpy ride. But man, this has been really, really bumpy. So I mean, this is nothing compared to where I was for the last mile. So really crazy. Yeah, up there is where I camped because I saw the different places and even the vehicles that came here, like the rental jeeps going up here. So pretty cool to be now on the other side, but man, this is a brutal road. I enjoy the scenery, but this is so bumpy. Not fun. The road is not giving up. This is just non-stop. This is the part that is not so fun. I mean, I like off-roading, but heck, this is hard work. I mean, this is really exhausting. I don't know how much the camera catches from all the shaking left and right, but this is hard work. This is definitely not cruising down the highway. The light is just right here. I'm 2 more miles that I have to go. There was just a sign. There's some water down here. You probably don't want to be down there when there's a flash flood. But man, it's beautiful here. I must have about 1 mile or so left on this trail. And the number of challenges is not letting up. Very steep hill. And I see like this roadblock there where we'll have to see how I get over it, but I'm in 4 low. I shouldn't have no problems. The truck is pulling itself up the hill. I'm barely touching the gas. Just looking for the best spot to conquer this little barrier here. And it's not dramatically or so. It's really just like you cannot go fast. You have to, it's rocking back and forth. So I have to pretty much come to a stop and then work my way up. And I'm up, and now the rear wheels, yeah, and that worked out good. But you can see it's shaky. I have eggs in the fridge, so I probably should have scrambled eggs for dinner. I'm also not sure what happened to the heavy whipping cream in my refrigerator. So beautiful here. At this point, I was just a few hundred yards, quarter mile, I don't know, away from pavement. The views were fantastic the entire drive. I know I've been complaining about how rocky it was, but it was well worth it. So there you have it. You saw me going down Schnebly Hill Road, and you heard me complaining quite a bit about it. It was still a ton of fun. These long drives where you have to pay so much attention are really draining your energy out of yourself. And so it was a long day. And I was glad when I was done with Schnebly Hill Road, even though I miss the views really from that perspective. In regards to the bumping, I already made a change to the truck, and I had the Carly torsion sway bar installed up front, which will help a little bit with how the truck behaves when you go down these bumpy roads. It will be less bouncy left and right. It will absorb a little bit of that energy that is coming from the wheels into the truck. But yeah, this was today's adventure. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please do so as well. And then I would say I see you next time in my next video. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. Bye-bye.